Okay, where did we stop? So we stopped at the files, right? Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So we stopped read. So come to the jobs, right click, new folder. You create your own folder if you want. Okay. So just make it as Nasir. Now under this, if you want to create, so we'll create the parallel jobs and all this stuff. So right click, new, and then the parallel job. So first what you need to do, you need to save it. So Control S. So it is going to ask you to save the job. So it is something like file. And save it. Okay. Now what you need to do? So now you need to go and click the palette. So view palette. The palette will come. So you can just drag it and you can keep it at the right side for your convenience. Okay. Now we want to see the file, right? So how to create the file and all the stuff. So what we have already seen how to create the file. Now let's see how to read the file, and we'll also see how to create the file once again. Okay. So but let's proceed with the reading the file. How to read the file, we'll see it. So you drag this particular file page, and then the first thing what you need to do is drag this link. So once you drag the link, you need to give the file name where you need to read the file, right? So before you are using the file as a source, what exactly it has to be? It should be created, right? The file should be created.
Yes.
Right or wrong?
Yes.
No. So you go and create the file. So where you will go and create the file? In your local system, you create manually the file. So just go here, right click, and keep the new folder and make it as a files. And enter it and create one file, right click, new, and then the text document. Okay. So give the file name as sample. So this is the file name. Now for this particular file name, give some entry. So now as I said, we have two different types of files. One is the fixed length and another one is the delimited one. Okay. So you, whenever you are going to create the file, you need to create the file in the two formats itself. Either it should be the delimited, either it should be the fixed width. So when I say delimited, it means that the fields are separated with some separator, some special character. So for example, if you want to write down the files, if you want to write down the data something like this, name Nasir and its salary 1000. So it's the separator is pipe.
Fine.
And the other data Rajesh and the salary is 500. Nasim salary is 2000. So I have entered the data like this. Did I have given any header for this?
No.
No. So we haven't given any header for this. Okay. So if I want to give the header, I can also give the header saying that name pipe salary. Okay. So I have given the header and the data. Now if you don't give the header, then keep this one as the first line and save it. Now how to read this? I think I have shown you how to read this, right?
Yes, you did.
So whenever we have the header in the first line, so first thing what you need to do is double click on this file stage and give the path and as well as the file. So what is the path? So the path is this one. And what is the file name? It's sample.txt. Okay, this is the file name and this is the path. Okay. Now, do we have the column names in the header? I mean in the file? Do we have the column names in the file? No.
No.
So the first line is column names false. Okay. Now come to the format. What is the format we are having? What is the field default we have? It should be pipe. So remove this comma and keep it as pipe. Do we have any codes enclosed with the values?
No.
No codes. So remove it. So this is what I have. Delimiter is equal to pipe. Now come to the columns tab. So now what are the columns you want? So there are two columns. So one is name and another one is salary. So what is the name data type? It should be varchar, right? And the length, if you want, you can provide. If you don't want, just leave it. Nullable. Are there any nulls?
No.
No. So click on. Now come to the second column, salary. So what is the data type? Salary? It should be integer, right? Click
Yes.
on I. Are there any nulls? No.
No.
And press OK. So you have given the column names, you have given the format delimiter, whatever the delimiter, and if there is any header, you have also ensured that there is no header, and that's the reason you have given the first line is column names false. If you want to view the data, whether the file is able to read or not, just press view data and then press OK. And you can see whether the file data you are able to read it through Datastage or not. Yeah, you have got the data. Nasir, Rajesh, nothing. So this is the way you can read the data from a single file. Now what if I have two different files? So I have another file. I have another file saying that sample, not sample, it is the test. So this is the file which I have, and this file is also having the same metadata. So when I say same metadata, what do you mean by that? That means same columns, right? So here I will have Munawar and the salary is 3000 and Manjula salary is 5000, Sharif salary is 1500. So this is another file which I have. Okay. Now if I want to read this test.txt, what I need to do? Just instead of the sample.txt, I will just make it as a test.txt. Right?
Yes.
Right or wrong? So instead of the sample.txt, I will just make it test.txt. So that I will get Munawar, Manjula and Sharif. But there is an option here. So if you just click on the source, you can drag the other file also. You can keep along with the sample.txt, you can also read the test.txt. Just try to understand. Okay. So you can read multiple files. So are we reading here multiple files or not?
Yes.
Sample.txt and test.txt, we are reading multiple files. So whenever we are reading multiple files, what is the common thing which we have in these two files?
The columns.
Yes, exactly. So whenever you have multiple files, the the columns, the metadata should be the same. If it is not same, then we cannot read the multiple files. The columns are same and also the format is same.
Okay.
Now when if you read the view data, then see how the data will come. First it will read the sample, then it will read the test. Both the data will combine in gets combined, merged, and it will come as a single output. See there.
Would you show that again, like how you drag the file in bottom right corner? How did you do that? Please,
So see here, click on the source.
okay.
Now the available properties to add is the file.
Okay.
Click on the file and
Uh-huh.
you copy the path and give the file name. So click on here again, file. So it will ask you the path and as well as the file name. So give it, that's all.
Oh,
And ensure that whatever the file name you are going to provide, that file name should have the same format and the same number of columns which you have in the other two files. Is that clear? Nasir, Munawar, Sharif, everyone?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? So this is the way you can add multiple files.
If the format and
Add,
column, if the format and
yeah,
column is the
if
same,
the
you can do
format and the column names are the same, you can add multiple files. And here if you observe, the file names are different, right or wrong?
yes.
One is having sample.txt and another one is having test.txt. So
It's just
as
that,
the file names are, sorry?
no, I said like it's just the names are different, but the format and column are the same. So
Right, right. Name is only the different. So when the name is different, then only we are writing down like this. File is equal to sample.txt, file is equal to test.txt, you know.
yes.
So what if I have 10 files? What if I have 10 files and all the file names are different?
You can use asterisk.
No, but all the file names are different. That is what I'm saying. So one is having sample, one is having test, one is having example, one is having ABC, one is having DEF. Like this, file names are totally different. Are you understood what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get it.
So whenever the file names are different, then there is no other way. You have to go by this way itself. You click the file, give the file names and ensure that all the file names, all the files are having same format and the same columns. That's all.
So you got to do one by one, though, right?
You got to keep like this. See how I kept sample, test, and then get the other file ABC and get the other file DEF like that.
Okay.
What if my file is having same name but just one character is different? So suppose here sample_1. You got me? So
Yes.
sample.
You got to do the same way. You just have to change the name. That's all.
No. Try to understand clearly. Yeah, whatever you said is the right. Okay, whatever you said is right. I'm not denying it, but just try it. I have files like this: test, example, sample, ABC, and DF. So like this, 5 files are there. So when we have the file names totally different, you have no match, totally different. Then you have to go adding files properties, right? You need to add 5 files properties here. Click file 5 times and the read method is equal to specific file. Clear or not?
Yes.
Okay. But now my file names are something like this. Can you give me the control? Nasir?
You have the control.
Okay, just you click it out and then I'll click. You just click. Yeah. So now my files are something like this. Sample, sample1, sample2. You understood what I'm trying to do now? Sample3, sample4. Now what is the difference between the above file names and the below file names? Can anyone say?
In the below file names, all the first five letters are the same.
So some part of the file name is same. Don't say the first 5 characters or 6 characters. Say it
Okay.
something like this. The first part, some part of the file name is same and the rest part is different.
Right.
Right? But here the total file name is different.
Right.
Whenever the total file name is different, you need to add like this, adding the file different properties, file properties, and the read method is equal to specific file. You need to do like this. But whenever I have the same file name, some part of the file name is same, but only the other part is different, can I keep something like this, sample star?
Yes. Yes.
When I keep sample star, will it read everything?
Yes.
Yes.
So, so this sample star, we call it as a file pattern. It's
Okay.
a pattern we are matching, right? Pattern,
Yes.
right? So instead of this read method, you can click the file pattern method.
Oh.
So once you click this file pattern method, then the file pattern you need to give something C colon slash files slash sample star. That's all. Leave it. Even .txt and everything comes under the pattern itself. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now sample and sample underscore one should be read automatically. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you got the data.
Yes, sir.
But do you know which file is having Nasir and which file is having Munawar? Have you come to know?
No.
No. So there is a property called, under the options, there is a property called file name column. Can you see this?
Yes.
So this property says, okay, how to get the file name. So when you click this file name column, you need to add the name of the column. Okay, you need to add manually. So what is the column name I want? I will just add file name like this. Okay, now just give this file name, the column name, and come to these columns and give the file name. Same name, file name, and give it as nvarchar. Okay,
Okay.
let's give it like this. File name nvarchar. So the only thing is the file name column, you need to select the property from here and give the column name, whatever the column name you want, file name, and then just read it. Why it is not reading?
Because in the pattern you're given the name as samples asterisk.
No, that's fine.
No, not here, in the where it reads the file.
No, that is what that is a file pattern, right? That's how it should be. The file pattern should be like that.
Okay.
Okay. Why it is not reading? Okay. So let me press OK. And then let me create another file and let's see whether we are getting the data or not. Um, it should come. Okay, but yeah, this is the way which we need to do it. Okay, so this will show you what all the file names we are reading it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so you understood when to use the file pattern? I mean, anyways, we won't be using this file name column in the real-time scenarios. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just leave about it. I will find it out. What exactly why this is one is maybe for the file pattern it might not give you, only for the files which you give manually for this particular thing. When you give the file name you can see it. Yes, that's the reason. Okay. Yeah. So now you understood about the file pattern and the specific read method.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you want to keep the file pattern, the file, the first part, some part of the file is same and the rest all is different. So that's then we use the file pattern. So when you have the file something like this, right? Sample, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3. So in the real time scenarios, we might get the scenario like this. The whole file will be the same, saying that file and the date will be different, 2016 04 12 21. Now another file will come, then the date will be different, 2016 04 22. Okay, or else the date will be the same, okay, 21 itself. Here also 2016 01 21, but the timestamp might be different. So here the timestamp is morning 6 o'clock 6:00:00, and here it is something 8 o'clock 08:00:00. But these two files are on the same day itself, right?
Yes.
I want to read it. So what will I do? I will just keep file star. That's all. The pattern is file star.
File style.
Clear, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you clear with this concept? The read
Yes.
method file pattern and the read method specific files.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how we need to do it. Okay. So that's the most important thing which we have. And yeah, there is another column called row number column. Okay. So what this column does is, so you have rows, right? So how many rows are there? Okay. So it will create a numeric number attached to it. I mean, automatically a number will be generated. So here also you just need to create, you need to create one column, row number. So go and create the same column here. So the number of rows, automatically it will just generate one row for each one value for each row. So just click on the view data and press OK. You can see it starts with 0, 1, 2, like that. Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
It's going to 0 and everything. Clear? So this is something like row num in the SQL. So in the SQL also we have something concept called row num. Okay. So what this row num does is, so whenever you execute anything, so suppose you have employee table, so select star from EMP, you will get all 14 records. But if you write something like this, select EMP number, comma row num from EMP. So when you write down like this, what will happen is, for each employee number, for example 7369, the row num will be 1, 7444, the row num is 2. So this value will keep on incrementing till 14. Okay, so that's the row num. So that means it uniquely provides an integer value and it is auto incremented. Clear?
Yes, sir.
But what if, so the same thing which we have in the SQL file is row number column. Okay, the property row number column. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine, everyone?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so practice. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see different things. Okay, the filter and all this stuff tomorrow we'll see, because we have lost so much of time. Now tomorrow onwards we can sit on my system, or if I tell you that if you want to sit on your system, then please restart the services and do it. Okay, and one more thing for you, Naseem and Nasir, whenever you are done with the session, now we are done with this, right? Now you want to
Suspend.
close the VM. So come over here and suspend. Just press suspend. Okay, and before that you close the application.
Okay.
Okay, you close this application. So you close the job first. First you close the job, then you close the application. Okay.
Okay.
So close it. Just you close the application, then the application will get closed. Okay. Now you can open the application at any time. I mean, how many times you want, you can just open it. Okay.
So first you gotta click on the
But
suspend.
no. Before that, before you suspend, close all the applications what you have on the system.
Okay.
Okay. Then you go and suspend it.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
All right. Mine is not working, so I don't know.
Yeah. I will connect you after an hour. I will ping you. Okay.
Okay. Or just ping me. I'll wait for you.
Okay. Sure. Thanks you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.